Thank you. We're here in the traditional territory of the Sumas First Nation, and as you can see behind me, this is the Sumas Prairie. This is exactly where the flooding is happening at the moment. The Nooksack River from the United States is actually flowing into this valley, and at one time this was actually an ancient lake called the Sumas Lake, which now it does look similar to a lake. Joining me today is Chief Dalton Silver of the Sumas First Nation. Chief Silver, can you please tell me about what's happened here over the last few days for you?
Well, over the last few days has been pretty frightening for a lot of our people. I think we more or less have our homes where our ancestors had the homes, and our late uncle, I have to say, Chetalak, who is not with us now. His son carries that name now, but he told us that should the lake come back totally, we're in a good place, and we shouldn't worry about it, and that our people knew where to build because of the levels of water, and we knew when the water would come up, and our ancestors knew when the water would come up and things. So, you know, luck would have it, and the Creator spared us from having the water come up to our houses.
Chief Silver, I understand that this is the first time that you've been able to see it from this vantage point. What were your first thoughts when you saw this view here?
I saw this, and I really have to say, heart goes out to our neighbors. I have a lot of good friends out here, and some of our relatives over in the Arrow area, just a little bit to the east of us, were evacuated as well. And I have some friends that are evacuated, and I'm worried about their safety and wondering where they are. And I'm sure, you know, everybody's been stepping up and helping one another out. And I think in times like this is when we really need to. Absolutely.
Knowing that, you know, this is where 50% of all the dairy is supplied to the rest of the province here in this valley, you know, it is difficult to look out there and to see this literally this valley underwater. Take us back in time to when your ancestors were here. Tell us about Sumas Lake and what it meant for your people.
Well, Sumas Lake, I'll have to tell you that it was the river of rivers to us. Most of our villages along in the Stolo area are along what is now the Fraser River, but we've had villages here for millennia, thousands of years, at which was once Sumas Lake. Sumas Lake had every species of salmon. It had freshwater mussels. We had sturgeon. We had trout. The islands that were on the high grounds in the middle of the lake were hunting areas for our people. Our hunters would go out on the canoes and harvest deer from the islands there. And when the lake was lost to us, it was our food source was taken away. My late uncle said it was our shopping center. There's a sentiment amongst our people about having the lake come back, and we talk about it every time we have heavy rains and that, and you see flooding out here. We see, well, our lake is coming back, and the teachings of our people is you need to look after everything around you. Everything that looks after us, we're supposed to look after it as well. There's a deal there that the Creator garnered with us a long time ago, and that's something that people are getting away from and people don't understand. And I'm hoping that one day in the future that we can talk and combine our knowledge of our people with the Western science and those that are here now to look at a better way of managing, look at a better way of stewardship, if you will, look at a better way of just taking care of everything around us. Then we can look at sustainability.
Absolutely. Chief Dalton Silver, thank you very much for your time. Back to you in studio.